Not nearly as top-heavy in the NFC as it is in the AFC. We looked at the odds to make it to the playoffs, courtesy of Caesars for the AFC, now in the NFC. Jam-packed at the top. You've got the Saints minus 330. Again, bet 330 to win 100 if they make it. 49ers minus 325, just behind the Saints. Then the Cowboys minus 250, Buccaneers minus 210. Two teams that didn't make the playoffs last year are number 3 and 4 on the list. Philadelphia minus 190, Green Bay minus 140, the Seahawks and the Vikings both at minus 125. And when I add those up, the minus territory, there are actually 8 teams where you have to bet more than you win, and there's only 7 playoff spots. That tells you how many good teams there are right now, Chris, in the NFC.
Yeah, well, and, with the new arrival of coaches in Dallas and the excitement, and you think, whoa, they got CeeDee Lamb and did a few other things. That excites you for the Cowboys. We know that was a talented roster. And then, of course, the Tom Brady effect in Tampa Bay and the talent they've accumulated down there. I think that's given a little shakeup to the NFC in general. So, yeah, that is a tightly contested group. And yes, when you just sit there and look at it and you look at the Los Angeles Rams as being one of those teams that's down and out or, a little on the outside looking in, I just still go, man, that's a talented football team. I would not be shocked if we're sitting here and the Rams are in the playoffs next year. So it's very tight. And really, after those first 2 teams, I think it's pretty much a crapshoot other than the 49ers and the Saints.
And I'm surprised the Bears are plus 155 right behind the Rams. I would not take that bet. I would have expected the Bears' odds to be a lot longer to get to the playoffs, given that just sense of uncertainty and dysfunction at the quarterback position. I'm not ready to keep their odds in that kind of a window. And when we see Green Bay on here at minus 140, they are number 6 on the list. Actually, yes, it is number 6 on the list after going 13-3 last year. This isn't a post-Jordan Love development. Remember, we talked about the odds before the draft of the over-under for the Packers. And the over-under win total was 8.5. And we were like, what in the hell is Vegas thinking? Well, maybe they knew something we didn't, because the perception of the Packers has changed dramatically when you use your first-round pick and your fourth-round pick, because you use the fourth-round pick to trade up to get a guy that's not going to help Aaron Rodgers win this year. That does kind of take some of the shine off of the Packers, Chris, and it makes that minus 140 where they're behind 5 other teams in the odds. It makes it more sensible.
Well, yeah, it does. It makes it more sensible. Also, when you look at it and go, the teams that are in front of them, I think, improved themselves like a lot more than the Packers did this offseason. So I think there is that aspect, along with the dysfunction of what you're talking about. And, the other thing that I'll say too, the Packers last year, they didn't have to play a first place schedule. That's going to be a little different, they didn't have to play some of these teams in front of them. And when they didn't do well against Philadelphia or San Francisco, but they never had to deal with the New Orleans Saints. I know they beat the Dallas Cowboys and all that. But, yeah, Green Bay is a team, I'm not as excited about them as the teams that are in front of them. Now, I'll say this much. Their division, I think, helps them out a lot, because I'm not so sure that, any of the teams really close the gap a whole lot either on Green Bay. You said it. The Bears, there's still major question marks there. The Lions, yeah, they got a little bit better, but I'm not going to sit here and go, oh, man, watch out for the Lions. And then the Minnesota Vikings, again, did some good things, but I don't think they've rearranged their roster to make me think a whole lot different about them. I think they're kind of neck and neck with Green Bay, and it'll come down to those 2 head-to-head meetings as far as, who wins the NFC North.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.